name is Kayla, and I am here with the CEO of Sher, Diego, who will be showing us a demo of Sher, and we'll get to see how it works firsthand. So, Diego, over to you, please.
All right, thank you very much, Kayla. So yeah, let's do a quick walkthrough of Share. So hope you can see my screen. The first thing that we will going to do is to visit Share.app. So Share.app is the main website of the platform. Here you can see like feature shows, live shows, what's live, what's coming up, and some casual shows. So this is like the best place to visit first. And from here we can do other things. For example, we can create our own show. So you click here in the menu and go to my shows. So here I can see the shows that I have created on this browser. And this is an important thing to mention because right now there is not an user on Share, so that is quite lightweight form of a user. But we have this. We have I mean, the user is quite connected to the browser that you're using. There is a key on that browser, and that represents your main user. So if you change your browser, you will change your shows. We are working on a feature to like kind of allow the user to move their content, their shows between different users, between different browsers. Sorry. So this will make this whole experience more easy. But that's just a note. Coming back to the show creation, well, it's as simple as click on the create your show, and you will see a window like this. So this is the main, let's call it the creator studio or the streaming interface. It's like some sort of simple OBS, like a very minimal thing. You have two main channels, as you can see, air and stage. Right now, my microphone is on air by default, so it's ready to go live. But we are not live. The live indicator is off, and this is like a default show. So we need to put our data. So we will call it this demo show with Kayla. And you can add a description and things like that. If this is a live show, is something spontaneous. Otherwise, you can set it to a specific day and add a schedule. But the other things that you can add is images. So for the card, that you can see on Share.app, you can add a front image, a background image, and things like that. Your social. And this is quite interesting. You can add a support link. The support link is meant to be used by, it's the way that listeners can tip the creator. So this is a really, it's more like a patch or something like that. It's a super easy way to add like these economies to the platform. So for example, here in Argentina, we use a lot of platform called Cafecito, which is used to tip users or creators. But if you're in another place, you can use something more international, like coffee or buy me a coffee or things like that. You can add your link here, and the listeners will see this. And if you publish, right now the show is private. There is a label that says that it's private. But if this means if the show is private, means that it won't be seen on Share.app. So it's something that you can share with maybe a small group of people or things like that. But if you want to make your show public, and you want to publish the show to do that, you can also have the benefit of having like this short name, for your show. Otherwise, your name is kind of looks like a key or something like that. There is a preview of how it will look like, and yeah, that's it. The other thing is that you can add like different tracks. So I can have a file if I want to play some file. I can add the audio of another uh, uh, software, for example, from another application that is that emits some audio, I can uh, capture that audio and send it through my streaming, or from another tab, maybe in the browser, things like that. Is quite powerful feature, this one. And then the last thing is to go live. With this button, we are live. And like this message is the last thing that we need to do. This message give us the show link. So we copy this, and with this show link, we can share it with our audience. So, for example, I can share it on Twitter or WhatsApp or Telegram or Instagram or whatever my network is. I can share and alert, my followers that I am live, and they can listen through this link. Um, so that's the main thing. When people start to connect, you will see that this number is going up. Sorry, this is the streamers. This is the one. This is the listeners number, and as you can see, the listener number is hidden. And there is a small, like a super short paragraph or a line, better say, that it's like we are trying to encourage people to start streaming and don't focus on how many people are on the other side. Because if you are a new streamer, the most common thing is that you will have like a small number of listeners on the other side, and if you focus on that, you will miss the point of sharing your content. And we believe that you should focus on that. You should focus on your content and creating good content, and that will help you get more listeners. So yeah, that's why it's kind of hidden. And the other thing is this. This number represents your co-host. At the beginning, you will be alone streaming, but you can have other co-streamers, and it's as easy as adding a track. The track will be a streamer track, and it's a link. So I can share this with a friend and invite my friend to be a co-streamer with me on my show. And this is really cool. This is super fun because streaming as a team is way more fun than streaming alone, because you can have like these conversations and things like that, which is super fun. So yeah, this is more or less like the main interface for broadcasting, for streaming. And one last thing is that we have this chat here. When you're live, the chat is enabled. So if there is someone in the other side, the listeners, I mean, my audience, they can say hi. So I can send a message to them, and they will see. And this is a place to interact live as the show is live. The creators can interact with their audience. So yeah, this is pretty much like how Sher works. It's quite simple. You don't have to install anything. There is a glossary here with some help, the basic terminology. There is a lot of information. The interface is in English or Spanish, so I can switch to Spanish, and there is a lot of information. And under this snippet, we have like the usual terms and conditions. There is a privacy policy. There is an ethic code, which is really cool because this is a way to put some ground rules to create a really good community around Sher. And it's something that we care a lot about it. So it's there from the very beginning. And yeah, this is pretty much Sher.
Wow, this is so beautiful, and I was so caught in the demo. I love the colors. I love, my favorite feature has to be the stream feature.
Yeah, it's quite simple. It's just one click away, and you're streaming.
Yeah, this little text practice makes perfect. It's so beautiful, and it has to be my favorite feature, honestly, because it's like a reminder to continue to push forward, and in no time you see your audience grow. And I love this chat feature, while you're streaming, maybe you have a podcast, you can see people reacting in real time, and then that's so cool. That's so cool.
Exactly.
One question though. Does this mean
Yep.
that a user does not have to create an account before he or she uses Share?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, is there is like zero friction at the moment. Uh, there is a trade-off with this because, like I mentioned before, your browser is like the user, and that is not that convenient because if you change your computer or you go to a different browser and want to stream in the same show, you won't be able to do that. But the good thing is that we are working. We acknowledge that we are working on this, and the idea is, yeah, is that is we leverage a little bit the user. We give them a little bit more power, so you can do things like this, to move your content between different devices. And yeah, and that will be phenomenal.
That's actually a lovely, lovely, lovely idea. That's a good idea because a lot of people have little patience, and when they see that they have to create an account, they have to verify, they have to log in, they lose that zeal. And it's just a beautiful incentive, meaning that whenever I want to stream or whenever I want to record myself or have a podcast, I don't have to go through the onboarding process. I just jump right in and start. And that's beautiful.
Yeah,
That's definitely
yeah,
going to attract a lot of people.
yeah. One thing that we say when we are working on this is, I mean, all the time is we have this idea that creators should be focusing on content first and foremost. It's like is they are the I mean, creators struggle with a lot of things. The creators economy is something that is not right. It's not quite there yet. It's really fragile, and they need to do a lot of things. They need to promote themselves, work on their content, work on the technology, learn. For example, if you want to start streaming on YouTube or Twitch, you might need to spend a lot of time before uh, working on your content. Spend a lot of time working on the hardware, maybe learning, going through videos and learning how to set up things. And we acknowledge all that, and with Share we want to reduce that friction to the bare minimum. And yeah, this is quite zero friction, is a lot. uh, but yeah, we need to add like a little bit more features to help them do things like that, like what I mentioned, to move their shows between different devices. But yeah, I have that. I think that we have a really good balance in the user experience.
Yes, yes. I look forward to seeing like a revamp, like you'd say. I look forward to seeing the rebranding of Share, and if Share looks this good right now, I can't imagine how lovely it will look when it's rebranded. And yeah, you've got a beautiful project right here, Diego. Well done. Thank you for taking us through Share and helping us to have like a little bit of insight on it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kayla.